Hello, everyone. Have you seen the latest WWE Royal Rumble? Turns out Charlotte Flair returned and won the whole thing. And a lot of people didn't really like that. And, usually when sometimes somebody will return and win a Royal Rumble and they're like, yeah, oh, they deserve it. But people say that Charlotte didn't deserve this win. And you know what? I can see why, because Charlotte has had a lot of accomplishments over the years. Oh my God, it's crazy. But you know what? Who also has a lot of accomplishments? Asuka. I'm gonna go over their accomplishments. Okay, so the championships that Charlotte Flair has won, or the accomplishments rather, are she won the SmackDown Women's Championship 7 times, the Raw Women's Championship 6 times, the NXT Women's Championship 2 times, the WWE Divas Championship once, the WWE Tag Team Championship once, ironically with Asuka, and won the Royal Rumble twice in 2020 and 2025. So, in case you're keeping track, Charlotte has won 16 World Championships. 15 if you don't count the Divas Championship. But yeah, you know what? Okay, let's look over Asuka's accomplishments, see how she compares. So Asuka has won the Mixed Match Challenge with The Miz. You guys remember Mixed Match Challenge? I've seen a few episodes of pretty good stuff. Won the SmackDown Women's Championship once, the Raw Women's Championship 3 times, won the NXT Women's Championship once, won the Women's Tag Team Championship 4 times, won the Women's Royal Rumble, which I think might have been the first Royal Rumble for the women, actually. And she won Money in the Bank in 2020. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so she's a 5-time women's championship. It says NXT Women's Championship. She actually had a pretty memorable reign. Like, I wasn't watching NXT at the time, but I heard a lot of stuff. Because she had like an undefeated streak from her debut to WrestleMania of 2018 when Charlotte Flair beat her. So I'm saying that these two are both heavily pushed, right? And since we got Charlotte beating Asuka at WrestleMania, so Asuka has had a very long, about 2 years undefeated streak, so that's pushing her a lot. And then Charlotte Flair is the one who beat her, which is a big push for her. So you see, both these women have been pushed so much, and yet Charlotte Flair is rejected by the WWE fans. However, Asuka is beloved by the WWE fans, and yet they're both have heavily been pushed. So I want to analyze why that is. Reason number 1, the generations of them. So, Charlotte Flair is a 2nd-generation wrestler. Her dad, if you don't know, if you don't, I'd be incredibly surprised, but her dad is Ric Flair, who is a huge legend in the wrestling business. He's won 16 world titles across many wrestling promotions, or companies rather, I don't know. So yeah, and the reason why WWE is giving Charlotte so many championships is they want to match Ric Flair's championship record, which, technically she already has, but for some reason they don't acknowledge it. I think they only count the Raw and SmackDown championships. Maybe they count the Divas Championship, but for some reason they're not counting the NXT championships that Charlotte's won, but like you should count them because they're official titles, so it should be in the record books that Charlotte is a 16-time world champion. So that's basically the reason why they're pushing her so much. Is they keep giving her so many titles so that she can match her dad. Because if she doesn't, then you know, well, she'd feel like she'd probably feel like a failure because her dad is like has done all this stuff, and if she doesn't do as much, then she would feel then people would be like, oh well, she's a disappointment, she didn't live up to the hype. When you're a second generation superstar, you have that expectation to be just as good as the previous generation. However, Asuka does not have those expectations because she is a first generation wrestler. I don't really know what her parents did, but they weren't wrestlers. So Asuka is a self-made success story. And that is why it's more impressive for her because she doesn't have any expectations for her. It's about, for Asuka, she gets all these accomplishments for who she is and not what she is. And the other reason is because Charlotte is more of a natural born heel, and I feel like Asuka is a natural born face. Okay, so heels are like bad guys, and then faces are good guys. In case you're new to this whole wrestling thing, there's a little wrestling lingo tip for you. So I think the reason people are so fed up with Charlotte giving all these accomplishments that they're hating her, so to have her be booed, it's a lot easier to dislike her. But I think another reason why she's better off as a heel rather than a face is because her father, Ric Flair, was also a very good heel. He was called the dirtiest player in the game, and so he would, cheat to win. And, cheating is a bad thing to do, which gets people to hate you. And so he I'm sorry, he was before my time. I should probably check out more stuff about Ric Flair. But from what I understand is that he'd be bragging about how good he is, but he would always cheat to win, which is what a lot of heel wrestlers do. So I think that trait carries over to Charlotte. It wouldn't be the first time. You know why Randy Orton is such a good heel? Because his dad, Bob Orton, was a heel his entire career. So that's why Randy Orton is so good as a heel. And then Charlotte Flair is the same story, where the genetic traits of being a heel get passed down throughout the generations, if that makes sense. Meanwhile, Asuka is better as a face because I feel like it comes down to more of her enthusiasm, and she has a better sense of humor than Charlotte. I saw a lot of clips during the pandemic era where Asuka would kind of dance to other people's entrance music or something. And one time I saw this one clip where she was lip syncing to Nia Jax's theme song. That's actually a pretty funny. Another thing is that Asuka has a YouTube channel. It's called Kana-chan TV. She doesn't pay me to promote it or anything, but if you want to check it out, go ahead. I'll probably leave a link to the description. I'll probably leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. But yeah, something about wrestlers with YouTube channels is that it's a better way for the wrestlers to grow more of a connection with the fans because you see more into their personal life. For example, Johnny Gargano, he's got a vlog channel called Johnny Gargano. It just the same name as his name. And I that vlog channel actually made me a Johnny Gargano fan because we get to see more of his personal life, so we grow more of a connection with him. And Asuka is no different, except instead of Johnny usually posts like once a week, and then Asuka posts like once a month. But still, you know what? I grow more of a connection with them. I can name another example. There's many there's many probably out there, but I'll name one more. It's Zelvix and Charlie Girl. If you don't know what that is, it's Zelina Vega and Dakota Kai's YouTube channel, where it's more of like a podcast. And one thing I love about that is their energy and personalities. Like I find them so charming and hilarious, and they just seem just like cool people to hang out with. So I think a vlog channel really gets a connection with your audience. So when you see them, out there in the ring, you get more of a connection to who they are, which makes you love them more and want to cheer for them more. Now, if Charlotte Flair does have a YouTube channel, my mistake. I did not know. So that is my video of why WWE fans love Asuka but hate Charlotte Flair. If you ask me, I don't think Charlotte Flair is a bad wrestler. Is that like she gets too much accomplishments? I think that's the way everyone feels about her. And then Asuka, yes, I do like Asuka. One thing is with her YouTube channel. And then also on Instagram, she posts like the funniest things. So like if you want to follow Asuka on Instagram, I do recommend it. If you're a WWE fan, go ahead and follow Asuka on Instagram. I'll probably leave that link in the description too if you want. But yeah, Charlotte Flair has returned to WWE. And now we are ready for Asuka.